Good morning, students. I welcome to the third module. In the last class, we briefly discussed about the introduction to the economics, why it is needed, and all these things. Today, we'll be revising all these things and we'll be moving still further. Okay, let's move with the today's sessions. Okay, so here we'll be moving with this. Okay, economics. So as I told in the last class, okay, so economics is being defined by differently by various peoples, but ultimately they are focusing on the economical aspects or the making the solutions to the problems, giving the solution to the problem, using the all the resources very effectively, economically, and optimally. Okay, so let's see the various definitions of economics. The professor Rionel Robbins defines economics as he defines as a science. Okay. Science which studies the human behaviors as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative means. Okay, so he'll be defining it as a political science or the science which will be studying as per the human behaviors. Okay, so the human behaviors are related with the end users and the scarcities and which have the alternative means. Okay. So similarly, Alfred Marshall defines the economics as a study of mankind in ordinary business life. Okay. It examines that the part of individual and social actions which is the most closely connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. Okay. So we'll be defining as a study of mankind with the business life. Okay. So we'll be examining the individual and social actions which is closely connected with the attainments with the end of materials. So coming to the next very simple definitions, a study of how the limited resources are used to satisfy unlimited human wants. Okay. So this is a very simple definitions. One as a being an engineer has to satisfy these things. Okay, you should know all the economics aspects of the money matters of the company, when to purchase, how to purchase. So all these things should be known. You should be a good decision maker in selecting the things. Okay, selecting the material, purchasing the materials, why, when, how, all these things should be questioned to get the final optimal solutions for the engineering problems. Okay. So next, coming to next objectives of the economics. So what are the objectives? Why to study these? Okay, the high level of employment. So it will be giving focusing on the high level of employment and price stability. It will be focusing on the stability of the price. There will not be variations. Next, efficiency. It focuses on the efficiencies. There are various efficiencies like capital efficiencies, labor efficiencies, land efficiency, machine efficiency. So ultimately, the efficiency can be defined as the output by input. Okay, so you have to increase this efficiency by various methods, material efficiency. All these things are going to be focused in the economics. Okay, and equitable distribution of income, an equal amount of distribution of income, and finally the growth of individual and the growth of the company. Next, how the flow in an economy, how the money will be flow, what is the flow in the economy takes place. The flow of goods, services, resources and money payments results in simple economy. Okay, so all these things are going to be included in the economies. Okay, the goods will be there. Goods will be nothing but any object or any product. Okay, services, resources, and the money payments. Okay, which will lead to the simple economy. So there are two major entities which have been highlighted over here. You can see over here. You can see this. The household and business firms. The household and business firms are the two major entities in a simple economy. Okay. So what this business organization does, it uses the various economic resources such as land, labor and capital. Okay. Land, labor and capital, which are provided by households. Okay, the support is being given by the households. Okay, households, and to produce the consumer goods and services within the consumer goods and services which will be used by them. Okay, so again these are produced by the provided by the household to produce consumers goods, and again these are the whatever the products that are being produced by the business organization that are being used by the households. Okay, so it is a cooperation between the households and the business organizations. So business firms make a payment to the money to the households for receiving the various resources. Okay, the business organization is giving a payment to the households by for receiving their products or the various resources from them. Okay. At the same time, the households in turn make payments to the business organizations. Okay, the money is flowing within these two entities. Okay, the households and business organizations. So you can see over here the flow diagram. Okay, you can see this flow diagram over here. So these are we are having two entities: business organization and households. Okay. So what these households does? Okay, the households consumes the final product, final goods and services produced by the business and services. Okay, so here it is giving this household is giving. You can see this line. What they are giving? They are giving the economical resources like land, labor, and capital. Okay. So what the business will does, it provides the goods and service to the consumers. Okay. So uses the resources inputs provided by the households. Okay. So whatever all the input is there. Okay. Money payment. So here they are going to do money payment for consumers goods, and again they are going to give back. Okay. So here the business organization giving money payments for resources, rents, wages, salaries for these people. So again in turn it will provide consumer goods and services, all these things. Okay. So coming to next, we'll be studying about microeconomics versus macroeconomics. So as you have been studied, what is micro Micro means very small, okay, limited to one segment. Study of markets and segments of the economy, one small segment of the economy. Okay, it will be related to the individuals or the individual group or the individual levels or the individual company, single company. So that is being called as a microeconomics. Okay. So next looks at the consumer behaviors, individual labor markets, and theory of firms. Okay, and it is concerned with what all it concerned with. It concerned with supply and demand in individual market. Okay, and individual consumer behaviors, consumers choice theory, what all they needed, what are their demand, what are their wish, what they want. Okay, so all these consumers behavior or choice theory. So individual labor market, okay, labor market will be there. So externalities arising from the production and consumption. Here externalities are nothing but the various costs are being arised from the productions and consumptions. So next, macroeconomics. The macroeconomics is the study of whole economy. Okay, so it looks at the aggregates variable, so overall variables, and they are the demand, aggregate demands, overall demands, and national output and inflations. Okay, so all these things will comes under the macroeconomics. Okay, so it is concerned with what all these things are concerned with. Okay, so it concerned with the monetary or fiscal policy. Okay, the fiscal policies are the amount which will be generated by the governments, by the productions or the revenues being collected from the production capacities. Okay. Monetary policies, reason for inflation and unemployment, what are the inflation, why it is the growth will be decreasing, what the unemployment is being increasing, what all these things, economic growth, okay, national growth or the national income, international trade and globalization, okay, reasons for differences in living standards and economics growth between countries. Okay, so there are why the reasons are reasons for differences in living standards. Okay, standard of living. Okay, so it varies from person to persons and living standard of the country to country. Okay, so why it is being changing? Why the reasons to differ in this between the various countries, between the various people, among the peoples? Okay, so all these things are going to be concerned in the macroeconomics, as well as the government borrowings. The government borrowings also considered in this. Okay, what are the import, what are the loan being taken from the various countries? So all these things are going to be considered in the macroeconomics. So as I told you earlier, let's see the differences. So differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So as usual, it is a study of economics at an individual or group or company level, single, okay. So very small entity, okay. So next, microeconomics, study of national economy as a whole, okay. It will be taking study of national economy as a whole. Next, it focuses on issues, whereas coming to the macroeconomics, focuses on issues that affect the individuals and companies. Okay, what all the parameters it focuses on. Okay, so next is it focuses on the issues that affects the economy as a whole. It focusing on the entire country. Okay, so coming to third point in the macroeconomics, okay, it includes the study of supply and demand for a specific product, single product, the production that an individual or business is capable of, okay, or the effects of regulations on a business, okay, single business or the single entities. Okay. So whereas coming to the microeconomics in the third point, it includes the unemployment rates, the domestic product of economy, okay, GDP of the economy, and effects of exports and imports to the country. Okay, so all these things will be including from the macroeconomics. We are having n number of industries: agriculture industry, manufacturing industries, service industries. Okay, so many industries. What are the exports from the countries or the importing from the to the countries? All these things are included in the national growth of the company. So next is the problem solving and decision making. So problem solving and decision making is very important in the economic side. Being an engineer, we should know what to do and how to do, why it is to be done, where it has to be done. Okay, so whether we have to purchase the new machine, what all the new technologies are being there, is it a worth for the money we are spending on it, and how many days we are getting all these things. All this calculation need to be done in the starting a business or in the starting the enterprise. Okay, so very much important being an engineer. The fundamental approach to solve the problem is problems in economics is through the scientific methods. Okay, you have to go with the scientific methods. Okay, so it includes both theoretical and practical knowledge. Okay, the scientific method has got the two entities, okay, theoretical and practical knowledge to solve the same. It takes the both the real world of facts, figures, and the symbolic world of theories and hypotheses. Okay, it will be considering the real world of facts and figures and the symbolic world. Okay, to solve the problems through an iterative process. Okay, iterative means continuously. If it is not succeeded, you try and try. This process will be called as an iterative process. Okay, so problem solving process involving both the worlds. Okay, it's involved in the realistic world and symbolic world. Okay, the problems in engineering and managerial economies originate in the real world of economic planning, management, and controls. So in the real world, it will be go through the economical planning, management, and controlling. So this is the how the figure will be shown to you. So the real world is on one side and symbolical world. Okay, in the real world, the problem arises. The problem where we are going to collect the data. How we are going to collect the data? Okay, so this. So we are going to collect these things. So here it is the data. Data from the